Be vegan, repentant. Save your soul.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
What they do is so positive. It helps people and helps the environment. I just think they're beautiful and misunderstood. They're awe-inspiring for these little mammals.
Supreme Master Ching Hai would like to contribute a humble token of $10,000 to Kristin Tieche to help with her kind effort to protect the beneficial bats in God's love, and best wishes for your noble endeavor. May heaven shower blessing on you and the lovely bats and protect them from harm. Please watch on to find out more.
Inagajia, wonderful viewers. Inagajia means how are you in Hausa, one of the languages spoken in the Republic of Niger. I'm Umar, a vegan flying fox from the beautiful country Niger. The loving animals and people of Niger wish you abundant happiness and blessings in your everyday lives. Welcome to our show, Bats, Our Invisible Friends, with Kristin Tieche, vegetarian, part 1 of 2.
A bat is a winged creature. I see him as like a mix of like some sort of bug and then a big flying bird. Then maybe like tiny dragon.
We bats are sometimes seen as being quite mysterious, mostly because of our choices of habitat, which are dark, hidden away places like caves. Unlike many other winged animals such as birds, bats are generally not easily visible to humans, and so there are quite a few common misconceptions about us. For example, bats are often considered disease-ridden pests when the reality is that we play a vital role in pollination and seed dispersal. Miss Kristin Tieche is from San Francisco, California, United States of America, and has been involved in the filmmaking industry for many years, receiving much acclaim for her award-winning environmental and social commentary films. Her documentaries cover a wide variety of themes, from identity crisis in forms of identification to urbanism, sustainability, and backing in fellow visionaries, to women and backing in women just want to be safe. As a long-term vegetarian, she has also chosen to adopt an environmentally friendly lifestyle not only behind the camera. In our two-part show, we are privileged to hear what inspired her to produce her recent feature documentary, The Invisible Mammal, which highlights the difficulties bats are currently facing and what conservation measures are being undertaken to save us from extinction. Let's first find out what inspired Kristin to become a filmmaker.
I think I always knew that I wanted to do something creative, and I started taking a lot of writing classes, and I knew that I really liked the process of creating storytelling, fiction storytelling, and then just nonfiction storytelling as well. And so at that time, I started doing a little bit of soul searching. I started thinking about, well, what could I also make a living doing, as a creative person, so I could sustain myself and, be part of a community of talented professionals. And I knew that film and television was the right medium for me. I have been a filmmaker and a producer and an editor for about 20 years now.
Kristin developed a keen interest in bats while she was a graduate student in upstate New York, and I'm really curious to know what inspired her to make a documentary about bats. So let's hear her story.
I read an article about bats and frogs and how they were in trouble. And that was when I learned about white nose syndrome and this disease that was killing bats by the millions in North America. I thought about the bats that I had seen when I was in upstate New York. And I thought about these bats because the epicenter of this disease was in upstate New York outside of Albany. And I wondered if they were okay or if they had perished as a result of this disease. And then that was also when I knew that I wanted to tell the story of bats.
To inspire audiences to better understand us and to protect us from extinction, Ms. Tieche began producing the documentary The Invisible Mammal.
It focused on a bat rescuer and a bat educator right outside of Sacramento, California, at Yolo Basin Wildlife Area. It's a wetland that is right next to a freeway, the I-80 freeway. And underneath that freeway, there are 250,000 Mexican free-tailed bats that live there. And during the summer months, that's their summer migratory home. And so I made a short film about her and what she did there to educate the community about the value of bats.
Blissful viewers, we will take a short nap hanging upside down on a tree branch. When we return, we will learn more about bats and the roles we play in the natural ecosystem with filmmaker Ms. Kristin Tieche. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
Vegan, true human.
Welcome back to Bats, Our Invisible Friends with Kristin Tieche, Vegetarian, part 1 of 2.
When you get to know bats and you get to spend time with this really fascinating group of organisms, you quickly fall in love. And bats do all sorts of interesting things, from having unique sensory modalities of using echolocation, being the only mammals that can fly.
What they do is so positive. It helps people and helps the environment. I just think they're beautiful and misunderstood. They're awe-inspiring for these little mammals.
Did you know that we are a very important part of the ecosystem? Yep, we have many roles, but because we do them silently, most humans never realize how beneficial we are to our planet. I'm so glad to have Kristin here to tell you what we do for the ecosystem.
So the problem with bats over the years is that there's so many myths about bats, but really bats are our friends. They provide so many free ecosystem services. So they save farmers billions of dollars a year. They're pollinators. And then they are also seed dispersers. So they're reforesting areas all around the world, because when bats eat a fruit from one of these trees in a forest, then they fly over the forest later and they poop out the seeds. And from those seeds, new saplings will grow. So we can thank bats for all of these things that they provide to us for free. And we should really love them.
The feature documentary, The Invisible Mammal, focuses on the work of conservationists who are diligently looking for solutions to problems which affect our friends, the American bats, particularly on protecting them from life-threatening diseases. Kristin continues and shares with us that humans shouldn't be afraid of bats. I mean, why be scared of us? We live in caves in the wild, far away from human civilization. Also, we are active at night, so I guess you guys won't ever have a chance to really get to know us. But at least take a closer look at our faces. Don't we look cute? Well, I'm glad that I can count on her to clear up misconceptions about us. Let's see what else she has to say.
Bats are back in this state of having a little bit of a bad rap. So recently, scientists have connected the source of coronavirus to one species of bat. But this is one species of bat that was in an illegal wildlife market and also in really poor conditions, along with other animal species. And so it's not the bats' fault, really. It's the way that we treat animals and the things that we subject them to that cause disease. And the one way that people can support bats is by not being afraid of them and going to see them out in the wild. They're amazing creatures. And another way that people can support bats is by becoming a member of Bat Conservation International, who not only are trying to protect bats from the spread of white nose syndrome across North America, but now they're diligently involved in the efforts to protect bats from harm.
Thanks to Kristin's efforts, more people are coming to understand the important role that we serve and learning to appreciate us rather than fear us. Kristin traveled all over to film bats in their migratory habitats, including visiting the biggest colony in the world. Wow!
All of 2019, I spent filming out in the field with a group of scientists from Bat Conservation International. And I also visited a colony of 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats in Texas. In the fall, I went with the scientists from Bat Conservation International to the Michigan Upper Peninsula, where they're doing a study that they like to call the Fat Bat Operation. The scientists hope that by fattening bats up right before they go into hibernation, that bats will be able to survive the entire winter.
Thank you so much, Kristin, for making this inspiring and educational documentary about the threats we are facing and sharing ways people can help save and protect us. Please join us next Friday, July 2nd, for part 2 of Bats, Our Invisible Friends, with Kristin Tieche, vegetarian.
Supreme Master Ching Hai would like to contribute a humble token of $10,000 to Kristin Tieche to help with her kind effort to protect the beneficial bats in God's love and best wishes for your noble endeavor. May heaven shower blessing on you and the lovely bats and protect them from harm. Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy and/or any good cause over the years as a humble vessel for His compassion and love toward His precious children.
For more information about Miss Kristin Tieche and her documentary The Invisible Mammal, please visit kristintieche.com and theinvisiblemammal.com. Enlightened viewers, thank you so much for your precious company. Up next is Moving Towards a More Conscientious World, part 7 of 9, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May your days be filled with eternal love in God's grace.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/AW.
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule 和 suprememastertv.com/AW。
Vegan, favorite of heavens.